Here we have a 2026 BMW X7. Now this one comes in the xDrive40i trim level. Skyscraper gray metallic is the paint. And then we have the Silverstone Sensafin interior. M Sport Package Pro on this one. Powertrain consists of a turbocharged 3-liter inline 6 mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission and then a 48-volt mild hybrid system. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. We just have the LED daytime running lights on now, but I love the look of this grille. I'll show you the window sticker here in a minute, but there's a reason that you get that on one of these packages. As we come around to these wheels, these are gonna be 22-inch aluminum wheels. Really like that design and a really nice look with the M Sport package. Now we get passive keyless entry on the front. And then to the door panel, power door lock controls. There's the handle, memory seat functions. We actually use this if you want to get extra space to the rear, which is pretty neat. You can basically move all of the 4 seats up front back and forth there. And then we have our power boot, up and down windows. We have the shade we can adjust. There's just power folding mirrors, so much that you can really dive into if you want to. We also get a Harman Kardon sound system, which is nice. Bottle holders there. Headlamp controls are there, have a little storage pocket. And then hit this twice to get access to the engine bay. There's the pedals, power tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. Now I do want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. I'm gonna make sure the seat's all the way back because these are power in the back, which is a huge plus here. And oh, these seats are also, the headrests are phenomenal. But there's a space. Fantastic. I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, sitting behind myself. Great space again. USB-C ports in the back of the seats. And then we have the seat back pockets on both sides. 2 more USB-C charge ports there, 12 volt. And then you have your quad zone automatic climate controls in this vehicle. So you can do the back cabin chairs and the front cabin chairs, and you can adjust the climate there. Bottle holders. And there's a look at the third row. So you can see, you can adjust if you want more space in the third row, the second row, whatever. And then you can see they're kind of poking out the lower latch anchors for the car seats there. And then you also have climate controls for the rear there. You can see that. And then a third row sunshade too. So I think for the money so far, I mean, you get so much with this X7. And I apologize for the wind noise in advance. It's just going in and out. It's getting on my nerves, but it is what it is. Look at the back end. We do have LED tail lamps. The exhaust there. Look underneath. We have a 2-part tailgate here. Both are power, so you can hit that. And then you can even lower the suspension as well for easier access to the trunk space. And then we also can adjust the second row, third row if you want to fold that up or down. And then you have buttons here for max. So you basically hit this to maximize the cargo space, and then you hit this to maximize the passenger space. But there's a pocket on the side there, 12 volts. And then again, all you have to do is just hit that. And there's the fuel cap. We want to put premium in this. And then I like how adjustable these seats are again, so you can just hit that. Gives you access to the back. It just makes it easier. And it does all the work for you, lifts the seat up, so on and so forth. And then you can see the top tether is actually right there in the back for the car seats. And then you just hit this here, and then it just puts it back where it's supposed to be. And you know, again, it just makes it easier. It's pretty neat. But then you can also adjust the seat back here, or the seat bottom here, seat back here, and all that. So very, very adjustable again. Out of the front passenger seat, there are your controls. There's the seat itself. Lockable glove compartment here, owner's manual, and we have the window sticker here. Y'all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. Now this does have the M Sport Package Pro, which includes the M Sport exhaust system. You get the M Sport package, premium package, and there's so much on here. $95,785 was that original sticker price, and this is a little over 86, I believe, right now. Pre-owned with less than 5,700 miles on it. Now, as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that twin scroll turbocharged inline 6. Before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinker so we can get out of this doggone wind. And they're not flashing like that. They do a pretty cool dance, but it's hard to really show. But hopping in here, nice leather wrap steering wheel. So I have a notification saying the right rear seat is unlocked. So all you really have to do is just kind of make sure that that's in place, and that notification will go away. Now over here, I always like the kind of, I guess, the image you get for the, almost like a calm screen. So you can see when I hit the brakes, the lights react when I turn the steering wheel. And it's something small, but I just always thought it was pretty cool. So that's kind of your calm screen there, again, for the home page. And you can go in here to the apps themselves. See the FM radio is there, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, AM radio. You get XM as well. So quite a bit in terms of the audio sources that you can configure there. And then you can also kind of set them out differently if you want to. So the infotainment system has its own setup there. And then you have the vehicle settings, interior lighting, the keys, all of that. And you can see there's just, you can really get lost in the controls in BMWs, you really can. Backup cameras here, you get that bird's eye view as well. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then you have a front camera too. It's just, there's so much going on here. Now, for the climate controls, you have shortcuts. You can pull up the 3-stage heated seats, the heated steering wheel, and then you have the heated seats on the passenger side. And then you also can pull up your climate controls here, and you can adjust the fan speed for either side as well as the temperature there. But down here, hazards, volume knob, click that to mute if you want to. And then down here you have a wireless charging pad, a USB-A port, 2 bottle holders, a 12 volt. And you can actually stow all of that away if you want to for a cleaner look. And then your traction control, parking sensors. This goes through your infotainment system. You have a few shortcuts, or you can use this knob to go through this if you don't want to use the screen. Now your suspension, you can adjust 5 different levels here. So low, then you kind of have like an entry exit almost, and then you have a normal drive mode, then you have a high, then you have a very high kind of suspension setting for the height. So I think that's pretty neat to have. Your electronic parking brake is here. Pull up to engage the brake, press down and disengage. And then here you have your hill descent control, automatic brake hold, your drive modes here, and then your shifters here. So park, reverse, neutral, drive, and you can go into that S mode if you want to use the paddle shifters. Center console cubby space, you have a USB-C charge port. And then up here, you have the controls for the sunroof, lights, and then the third row shade if you want to adjust that. So there's a look there. So one touch slide, hit it a second time, goes a little bit further. And I'm gonna try and get a good look at the third row shade doing its thing. So there's close, open there. But vanity mirrors here. Back up front, left side stock, blinkers, high beams, and then if you hit this BC button, I gotta be in the right menu there, but you can kind of change the trip meter and it'll show you the trip or the odometer there. Auto high beams, you can toggle that here. You have automatic wipers, so one time off, auto low high. You can adjust that auto frequency here. Rear wiper on, fluid for the rear, pull up for the front. And you see these paddle shifters again. Set your speed, resume, cancel, and then you can actually adjust the speed there. Volume, and then this goes kind of through your track list, radio stations, whatever. Pull this up, and you can change the layout there. Adjust your heads up display right here. If you zoom in, you can kind of see that, what's shown there. It's kind of hard to see. Again, it's not flashing, that's just the LEDs on the screen getting picked up by my camera. But different views you can adjust. It's, again, BMW being BMW, there's so much you can really do here. You almost get lost in it. But Bluetooth control, voice recognition. And then finally, push button start. Here is the key fob. And then hit this 3 times to remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 BMW X7 xDrive40i out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this X7 xDrive40i, I love BMWs, just the power they give. These inline sixes are they're really something else. I really like how they move, how you're able to configure the actual drive modes and all of that. It really is a treat driving these, whether it's in a 3 Series, 5 Series, this X7 here. I mean, they pull so well. And the overall comfort here is also fantastic. Wouldn't say it's as plush as, let's say, an Escalade or whatever, but I'm also in the sport mode. You have the different ways that you can adjust the suspension and all of that, so that'll make it easier on you. And I think for the money, almost 100 grand, it's not bad. I'm gonna give it a pull here. Here we go. And with these, you just want to keep going once you really feel the pull. They're just so exhilarating to drive. But I want to give one more huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this X7 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, in terms of the ride quality here, very nice coming down the interstate here. It's relatively plush. You can still feel the road even in this Eco Pro mode, and I'm really impressed with how it's riding right now. Now, this does not have the adaptive cruise control to my knowledge. Now, I think I said earlier I have to correct it in the walk around portion, but you know, you have these buttons here, so you assume that if it has this, that you can go between different cruise controls. That's why it has different modes. But so many manufacturers are going towards this, and it kind of gets on my nerves wherever they're like, okay, well, we'll give you the button like you have adaptive cruise control, or even the, I guess, the icon for that, but then you won't know if you have it unless you hit the button and your car tells you, oh, you don't have this. So that kind of gets on my nerves, but you just kind of have to make sure you have that that driver assist package or whatever includes that there. But in terms of what you get for the money here, it's a solid deal, I think. The only thing that's missing really is the adaptive cruise control and the lane centering for me. but the heads-up displays here, the M Sport package just makes this look fantastic. And the X7s overall, since they've come out, have really been a game changer, I think. If you're wanting a 3-row SUV, you don't necessarily need the space of a full-size Tahoe or something like that. You might just need the space of a Grand Cherokee or of a Highlander or something along those lines, maybe a bit more space. And with these captain's chairs, how this is equipped, you're really able to adjust the space, whether you need cargo space, whether you need more space for your passengers, in a very easy way without having to use manual folding seats, manual seats for the second row. All this stuff is power, and you're really able to adjust it right where you need it to be. And I really like that about these. But I mean, for a 95, 96 grand sticker price, we are missing cooled seats. There are a few other options I would have liked to have for this money, but it's also a BMW. And I would take the trade-off for this engine and transmission all day. I would take away the cool seats, have this lighter interior, to have a turbocharged inline 6 here that just moves with this M Sport exhaust, sounds phenomenal. It's just it's a really nice SUV. It's a very nice vehicle. It's not meant to take the place of a Suburban or of a Tahoe. So if you're used to those, I would, just make sure that you're okay with some of the trade-offs, including the space. You get a lot more luxury, I feel like, but your space is limited behind the third row. Your leg room, you can make really good, but it's not gonna have the same space as a full-size Tahoe, Expedition, even a Wagoneer. But I just think a really nice vehicle if you want something that can perform and then also has seating for up to 7. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 BMW X7 xDrive40i.